Maybe.
Turn on, tune in, and do it fast. It's time for the Evercast. Are you ready to greet Ed, Rich, Crow, and Pete as they talk Evercade? Good times will never fade. Put away the switchblade, sheath the sword of Vienna. Stop the blaster master, there's no enemy below as we dip into euphoria. Turn on, tune in, and do it fast. It's time for the Evercast.
Hey, everybody, all four of us are here. Welcome to the Evercade podcast.
Yay. On time, too.
I know, right?
Hey, Pete, is it cold over where you are?
Yeah, it's really cold. It's like almost
Send some over here.
it's actually really hot, and there's like massive fires burning like about a couple hundred kilometers from us, and the sky is pink and the sun is red. So it feels like
Oh no,
really
Typically
creepy.
in Texas.
it's like when that happened over here. Was it last year or the year before or whatever?
Yeah,
It's
well,
all
we always
hazy
get
for
fire
days.
season. Yeah, we get fire season here in BC because like 92% of the province is wood. But you know, I don't know, it keeps growing. But yeah, we've been lucky this year. But this last couple of weeks, the air advisory is critical. So like people have been staying inside.
Oh, that's like us every day.
Yeah, you guys just smog.
Oh man. So how was everybody's week?
It was pretty
That
crazy.
exciting.
It was definitely a crazy week for me. But no, it's first week of school.
Yes,
You know,
same here.
getting the kiddos ready, getting myself ready. Yeah. My wife also works in education, so it was wild. But
Yeah. It's tough when the kids go back to school. Everything changes, all the scheduling.
yeah. But there was some cool gaming stuff that happened.
Well, I've been gone for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And like
Yeah.
in the middle of vacation, I'm like staying in my cousin's apartment above his garage. And I'm like, what? I thought I'd do a double take when I saw a post from Blaze, because I literally went to Tim Hortons, got a coffee because everybody was still asleep. So that was my ritual when I go on vacation. I'll go get a coffee and I come back and I said, just check Twitter, not Twitter, Blue Sky. And I'm like, what the hell's going on here? This can't be real. I'm like,
Oh yeah. Well, I swear you've been gone for 3 weeks. I swear
like
you haven't been here 3 weeks. So
just 2 weeks. Yeah, so I saw the Activision drop and I did a double take and I'm like, this can't be true.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
and Ed said that now you can't say anything bad about Blaze again.
I know,
because-
forever. And I can't believe people remembered that.
Never promised.
I'll tell you right now, Blaze remembered that.
Oh, did they?
I had a conversation with somebody over at Blaze, and that's the first thing they didn't even say hi.
Yeah.
They just said, just remind Pete that he can't say anything bad about
I've been
Evercade
really good
anymore.
this last year. I've been really
Don't
good
worry,
this
Pete.
last year.
I never made any such promise. So
I
continue
to be
to
honest with
criticize.
you, the fact they got this deal done, I'm super excited. And the funny thing is, because I was talking to Sean a couple times in between, like the last month or so, just chatting with him and stuff like that, and like he never let on once that this was something that was happening.
Right?
So that was pretty cool. But I'm super excited. I said, yeah, why would I say anything bad about him anymore? They've made me a very happy camper. I remember my first video I ever did on Evercade 6 years ago. I can remember mentioning Activision. They need to bring Activision to console.
Yeah.
Well, you know,
Nice. Well,
Yeah.
let's say hi to the chat. There's a tiny bit of news I think that flew under the radar. I don't know if anyone caught it. And then we'll show off Pete's poll kind of relating to this topic and kind of go from there.
All right, what is this?
I'll show you.
News that
We'll say hi to the I'll show you also. We have Rasta, we have Lloyd R. Jim. God, I always want to say his name backwards. We have Fit of Fiction. We have
What's up,
Mr.
man?
Cowboy. We have Genejoke, Matthew Madison, and Dre. The Intimacy and Hobbies. Bottom of the morning to you, Immortal.
What's up, Immortal?
And M64. The
morning
television
nerds. You know,
Yeah.
that's not a bad idea. I'll be right back.
gamer. Dave, who
What's he doing?
secretly works for Steam. I don't know.
Does he have to poop?
Morally. Good, and he stopped using Crash. He stole Crash Land Syndrome. Phantom Fiction. I should have said my cock hurts. That was great when Gene said that, by the way. Oh my god.
Tomorrow.
That's a game freak. So yeah, while Crow's getting coffee, and this was kind of like
drink coffee.
Yeah, that's what he said. I don't know, but this was like
Well, I gotta have morning nerds.
morning. This was hidden in the patch notes, and you guys can tell me if I've read too far into it.
Probably have.
So typical game removed, new highlights. Though.
Yeah. Flea.
Overall very vague. Overall enhancements to 64-bit console emulation.
Yeah.
That just means they overhauled Glover a little bit.
Yeah, just Glover. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it also means that with Rare Collection 1 happening,
Banjo.
and Activision Collection 1 happening.
Banjo.
Banjo.
Pete knows where I'm going with this. That's what I was going to say. Does that mean they've improved the 64-bit emulation? So we're getting like Banjo Kazooie
Or Conkers.
or Conquers for a Day. I don't know.
Yeah.
No.
It's
Bad
a possibility.
Yeah.
Bad for a day.
It's a possibility.
I can't get too excited over anything in Nintendo 64.
Nobody really can. Let's be honest. Nobody really can.
Well, the weird thing about the Nintendo 64
Wait.
and
There's more than one, Rich.
well, but I mean, if you think about it, though, base-wise on any Evercade product,
Controller?
yeah,
Cartridge?
Exactly. Where's the
Vaseline
C-stick?
blur. That's three weird things about the console.
Yeah,
Right there.
the C-stick doesn't exist on any, on any controller, and I know they did Glover special, but they'd have to basically do every game that they brought to the Evercade special in order to compensate for the controls.
Yeah.
Because they wouldn't want to like segment it and just be like, oh well, you have to be at this
Wait a minute.
special
What do you
analog
mean the
controller or
C-stick?
whatever.
What do you mean the C-stick?
No, he means the
C-stick in the middle, isn't that what it's called?
No, that's C.
No,
C-stick
that's
is the
that's the regular analog stick.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's analog, okay.
C-stick was the yellow.
You
stick
might
on
be
the
thinking
GameCube.
of the GameCube controller that had a C-stick.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
Or does it mean we're getting Perfect Dark? I mean, that would be. There's a handful of games that are decent for this.
Perfect Dark's better than GoldenEye, in my opinion.
Yes.
Lots of people think.
But I'm no expert in the 64 because why would I? I had a PlayStation. Why would I care about the N64?
I had the PlayStation too.
I played Zelda Ocarina of Time, Rogue Squadron, all the cruising games, Banjo.
Yeah.
I only liked Mario Kart 64.
Oh yeah, Mario Kart and Mario.
That's like the
oh my
only
God.
game I liked on it.
And Mario.
I finally own a copy of that.
Ooh, that's right. And what?
It's the Japanese version of Mario Kart 64.
Yeah. I mean, it's cool that if they do more 64, the fact that they have Rare, that means we're going to get some of the better 64 games.
Yeah.
Ooh. Did I just get a delivery?
Delivery.
The thing is, I'm not really a big fan of 3D platformers, so
No.
I can't get excited over that.
Oh,
Yeah.
and before we show off Pete's poll, I want to ask you guys, who are you ordering your next set of 2 carts from and the next set of 3 carts? Have you thought about pre-orders?
Well, I did through Castlemania.
Video Games Plus, and some were already done through Funstock because I'm allowed to order from Funstock. And they don't do duty anymore, which is really cool. Every last bunch of orders I had from Funstock, there's no duty.
Yeah.
But yeah, Video Games Plus for me.
Okay, so you think they're trustworthy? Do you think they're trustworthy again?
Oh, Video Games Plus?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they already sent me Evercade stuff.
Well, I can't trust them.
I want to be able to trust. I want to be able to trust them, but I feel like, when they
Where's the
stopped
trust
making
broken for you?
That was my only
Because
concern.
I can't remember which carts they were I had pre-ordered. Remember they had the
I
pre-orders
know
up,
your
and then they
issue.
took them down right away?
I
And
know
then,
your
like,
issue. What's
yeah.
Ed's issue? What'd they do?
Oh,
to
what's
you?
it? Oh,
No. No, if they can be trustworthy again, because what Crow was saying, they took his order. Like if I order, will they say nope, we can't ship to America at the last second?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I get what you're saying.
well, they
All
didn't
right.
even tell me that. They just took them
Yeah.
down, and they told me nothing
And he kept
until I
reminding
asked them.
those
Yeah.
Canadians, bad guys.
But they have the best price though, because they weren't affected by the tariffs at all. So
Yeah. Yeah, they're a pretty big store. So yeah, it's interesting. I don't really have an issue with them. Every time I had an issue with them, I just emailed them. But I think sometimes they get overwhelmed.
VGP put up their own U.S. Shipping de minimis exception update. Do you want to check that out?
on their website.
Yeah,
Do we really have to?
I mean, it might matter to people
Cool.
that are going to order.
Yeah, why are you guys doing
things.
that? A cool game too. Keep forgetting about. It's one of my favorite rare games. Is Blast Corps. I love that game.
Yeah,
That's an interesting game.
So this is what they put out on 64. Blast Corps, Diddy Kong Racing, which is great. Little player hub in that one.
Yeah, that's
GoldenEye,
okay.
Banjo-Kazooie, Donkey Kong 64, Jet Force Gemini, Perfect Dark, Banjo-Tooie, and Conker's Bad Fur Day. I'd take a bunch of those.
yeah. Why not? Right? I'd play them.
Well,
Yeah.
we wouldn't get Diddy's Racing.
We wouldn't get that one because that's Nintendo owns that.
Yeah. Well, Diddy Kong. I don't know. Remember what other Nintendo characters are in that one?
Does
particularly.
Banjo, is that owned by Nintendo?
No, because Banjo Kazooie have been on Xbox.
Yeah. Okay, good. Yeah, I would definitely take both of the Banjo-Kazooie and Banjo-Tooie games.
Banjo.
They're just massive games. You can play that for like hundreds of hours just trying to collect everything in them.
So Rich, okay, so I guess what they're saying is they're still going to continue to ship to the U.S., but there'd be like a delay of at least one day.
Yeah, and then
Yeah,
the
I
next,
did read that.
the next statement is they're also developing a future solution in which all VGP U.S. shipments will be dispatched directly from within the U.S. So then that'll be no problems. That'll just be like ordering from Amazon or something like that. So they'll have an internal U.S. relay. I mean, I don't know if they're doing a deal with somebody, like they're having those shipped from them for them on their behalf.
But if they're shipping from within the U.S., who's shipping to the shipment center in the U.S.? I mean, they shouldn't really be able to bypass the tariffs in any way.
Well, that's
they're
true.
Just not declaring it correctly.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know what they're doing.
Okay, I'm gonna order from them because I like that. And then I think if I pre-order the next two carts, then I think that'll bump me up to the points where I can get $10 back, and that'll knock off another $10 for the 3 carts. Okay, no, I like that. I'm glad they said something because that makes me trust them again. Because I love their customer service. I just don't want my orders canceled. I can deal with a day delay.
So,
yeah.
So the only thing is, like, are there pre-orders available?
Yeah.
Yeah. For
Yeah,
all
there
the
are.
carts through the rest of the year, right?
Yes.
Do they have them?
There's so many carts coming. Like, how many carts we got coming?
Oh yeah, Neo Geo 2 and 3,
They did as of yesterday.
and they got the 3-pack.
Yeah.
Well, I think there's 7 that we haven't gotten yet.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, Title 1 and 2, but I already pre-ordered on Funstacks.
Next 4
Yeah,
months. Next 4 months.
Those
is
two.
75,
Yeah, those two were you could pre-order them earlier, but the most recent ones were like the last 5 you could order all at once. You could pre-order all at once.
Well,
I need to do that. Yeah.
maybe I'll do
Because
that.
I
Maybe
love
let me.
I love Songbird, how they're reliable, but man, they're the most expensive. They really are. No discounts, no bundles, no nothing. So, yeah. I think I better do it. Okay, cool. Well, that kind of answers that. Let's look at Pete's poll because I think it ties into what we're dying to talk about now that all 4 of us are here. Are you excited and willing to spend money on Activision Collection 1 from Evercade? What? 49% said yes.
Did you put Laser Blast as no because you don't like Laser Blast?
I think it's considered one of the worst games on Activision.
I agree with you. I don't like Laser Blast.
Yeah, it's considered for me one of the worst games ever that Activision done. I think they all got drunk and said we have to put it. Remember, they had to put a game out the next day, and then said, "All right."
The only thing I like about that game is when you get shot down, you could crash into the turrets.
Yeah, I think that's that was unintentional fun added to the game.
Yeah.
That's
That's why I put like this. I'm glad you picked up on that. I put my favorite ever Activision game, the first ever Activision game I ever owned, and the least favorite Activision game.
Yeah, I had a feeling.
Yeah,
Wait.
I was shocked,
What's the least favorite?
but it makes sense
It's
because my
Laser
audience
Blast.
is not the
Oh.
biggest retro audience, right? So it made sense for me.
Well, don't
Yeah.
forget they have to have some filler carts because they got to spread games. They got to spread this between 3 carts, so they can't put all their best games, in one cart.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That's
Well,
why
I
like
mean,
people kept saying like the first collection was weak, and I'm like, it's actually there is no weak Activision collection. There's going to be a couple games that are weak, but overall, all the collections will have bangers on it, in my opinion.
Well, here's the thing: is like it's Activision collection. It doesn't necessarily say for specifically the 2600.
Yeah.
So
We
it's
could get
possible you
Pitfall
could get Activision games on any platform.
Yeah, we could get Pitfall 2. Like we could get the
Pitfall 2 was on Atari 2600 too.
yeah, we'll probably get that. I'd rather get the 5200 or the Atari 8-bit version because you get that extra
Because
level.
you get the extra bonus. Yeah, I was telling them that
Yeah.
last week, I think.
Yeah. I mean, they're both like they're just really good games. So like that was just surprised that, and then I thought about it. I'm like, yeah, it kind of makes sense because my channel's kind of probably 60-40 or 70-30 modern versus retro, right? But yeah, Pitfall 3D is not good, Gene.
How about Super Pitfall?
No, not good either. I'm looking at them all right now.
I don't even know if that was published by Activision.
There hasn't been a lot of great Pitfall games after Pitfall 2. Just hasn't been. But yeah.
Well, I think wasn't there one where Bruce Campbell voiced Pitfall Harry, or am I thinking of a different game?
Which one? There's Pitfall. Okay, so there's
think
the order of release is Pitfall, Pitfall 2, then there's Super Pitfall. There's Pitfall. Oh my God, there's GameCube ones. Oh my God, I got so many of them.
You should refresh the poll.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, Rich did vote.
Yes, I'm right. Pitfall 3D Beyond the Jungle. Pitfall Harry Jr. was voiced by Bruce
Hey,
Campbell.
there we go.
Yeah. Yeah, that's on PlayStation 1.
Yes.
So 50-50. So I think that makes sense, right? Plus, I don't know if Activision was really big outside of North America either. I don't really know. I know Atari 2600 wasn't necessarily the biggest outside of North America.
No, it definitely because I remember a while back because Gene kind of clarified and said that like pretty much in the UK they were into computer gaming until like the Mega Drive came out.
Yeah.
So they kind of had to play catch up for like Nintendo, Super Nintendo, Atari, anything else, which kind of makes
It's
Only the
it's
cool
like
kid in Europe had the good stuff.
yes.
But yeah, so yeah, it's pretty cool. I don't give a shit, to be honest with you. I'm being very selfish, and I think Blaze did a wonderful thing, and I'm very appreciative of it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of with you there, Pete. I mean, it's like I'm just excited that in my opinion, the bulk of the great games on that platform are going to now be represented. You know, because it's not just this collection. There's going to be more coming out through the end of 26, and that means we're going to just get probably all of the Activision games that I've ever wanted to have on the system.
Yeah, your background is eating that.
Yeah, it's
But
eating. It's eating the cart. You got to put it in front of you.
That's
There
the
you
only
go.
way I've been playing them. That and PSP.
Yeah, the anthology is a great. That's a great collection.
But it's boring because
Plus,
they all
you
got
got the
load
music
times.
too.
They all got stupid load times, right? So that's what sucks about it. Is because you got load times on the PSP is worse than this, but you still got load times on this. And I've got it installed on my modded PS2 now, so it loads pretty quick. But still, like Evercade's gonna be instant. That makes it amazing, right? So
Yeah.
Yep. Was there one on
I only
on
paid $12
PS1?
for that.
Yes,
Canadian.
there
They
was.
added music and there was like some iMagic games, I think.
Oh yeah, collection
gonna
of
get-
yeah, because-
Activision classic games.
We already got iMagic games because
Yes.
Demon Attack is already on there, so that's iMagic. And then we're gonna
That's
get
because at tail end of the Atari 2600 life, Activision actually did acquire the iMagic games. So there are some iMagic games that they released with blue labels with the Activision name on them.
I didn't own that though. I own the silver the silver Demon Attack and the silver
Yeah.
Atlantis iMagic for my.
Those
collection.
are the most common ones. Yes.
Yeah, and it's amazing because this is a company when they started, they just got better and better at the games they put out. Like they just got more complex, they got just better and better, and it like hopefully now that Intellivision, Intellivision owns Atari, but maybe they can put out the Demon Attack on Intellivision because that's by far better than the Demon Attack on Atari 2600.
Well,
It's
just
very
because
few.
of the boss levels.
Yes, and it's the music, the sound. I think it's a better version.
Actually, you know what is a better is the Atari computer version of Demon Attack.
The Atari 8-bit.
Yeah, computer
Yeah.
version. Yeah.
But it never came out on 5200 though, right? Which is the same hardware.
Yeah, it's the same hardware, I guess, but it's just as good.
But
I'll
this
tell
is
you
my
why I'd be
jam.
surprised. I'll tell you why I don't think they would do that. For one, it would be a repeat. And I think the second one, the
But-
2016 versions are the most nostalgic. So they could do that, but
But they
Well, this is my
have
jam.
done that
Like,
in the past
Atari
already.
and
They have
NES is my consoles. So like this is like if I had to choose one console to collect, only if I was given a choice that I could only have one complete set of games for console, most people would think I'd choose Xbox, but to be honest with you, I'd choose the Atari 2600 because
Really?
because that came out when I was like in those years, 26. Yeah, and I love those games. That they're simple. I'm older now. I I don't have the time to play all these Xbox games.
So I have to give the Crow answer, and that would be you should want the Neo Geo collection because then you could sell it all and retire, and then you could buy all the Atari cards.
But you know what? I'll counter that. I could retire next week and be okay.
There
Because
you
I
go.
was a smart boy. And then my collection's worth like 300 grand, so I could sell that too. Actually, my wife, I shouldn't say that too loud. She's awake. She might want me to sell. Yeah, because it's not just games, guys, in my collection.
Yeah,
I got tons of toys. I got tons of really cool toys.
that's it.
But yeah, Ed, I think Neo Geo, obviously. Just
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. Though, like realistically, like if you're saying like Genesis, Super Nintendo, yeah, no, I know.
But think about it though, Ed, right? And like we're all older now, right? We got families, we got lives. I don't think I can have the time left on Earth to play all my Xbox games, but I certainly have enough time to play my Atari games because they're so simple, right? Single screens, right? Damn
Immortal
straight I
says-
got Immortal.
You got the bedroom toys too.
Yes, that's where I keep my Portal.
Oh, never a dull moment.
Oh my god.
Immortal is just a dirty old man.
Could be.
Yeah, but I like the Atari, right? Because it came out like what, 77, 78? I was like
77,
5 years
77.
old, right? So, and it never crashed till 83. So like from 5 to 10, man, Atari was
Well,
everything.
even when it crashed, it still hung around.
Oh my god,
years
yeah,
and
because
years.
we had cheap parents. Like I was getting Atari games when I was getting NES and Atari games at the same time.
Yeah, I mean, they were still releasing new 2600 games when the NES was out.
It's funny when I was on vacation, as you know, I spent time with my cousin who's a little bit younger, but we're big nerds, right, into this. And I still remember the Christmas. Like I got an NES game. I think it was RBI Baseball, and he wanted an NES so bad, but his mom, like my mom, was fairly cheap, and she didn't really know games, so she bought him the Atari 7800. he still has it. He still has it, and he's got a complete set. But the point is, like, we were still getting games that in 88, 89 that was for systems 5-6 years old because they were cheap.
Yeah.
They were $5 sometimes, some of them. And if you're a parent, you're going to the store and my son wants a video game. Oh, do I get an $80 NES or 4 $5 Atari games? Well, we'll get the Atari games. You know, pretty funny.
I just hope this is a trick because I feel like at least for us gamers, like in North America, like we earned this after putting up with all the blue cards. So I hope we see a trend. Like I hope Blaze has got that other system when we start.
So you look at it like you had to put it up with it. I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
You know, Lamasoft looks okay. I'm intrigued by Lamasoft. I genuinely.
Yeah, Lamasoft is definitely going to be good.
They look like weird games, but that's his MO, right?
Absolutely. Yeah,
Oh
Jeff
yeah,
Minter is,
absolutely.
like
You're
out
going to
there.
see a whole bunch of trippy games.
But Ed, you're not allowed to complain anymore, dude. You're getting 3 Neo Geos. That's your jam. You can't complain for at least a year.
You know what I thought about though? I don't think there would be ever a collection where I would make that statement. I was honestly trying to think like what collection would there be, because they would never be able to get like Nintendo first party titles.
Never say never, dude. We thought with Activision, dude. This is
I
Microsoft.
thought
Who
that
would have thought they signed a deal with Microsoft, man?
Yeah.
And there was,
I'll tell you why I wasn't surprised, because what was it like a year ago, Rich, when you said that they were working that deal almost went through? You know what I mean?
I think
Wait, they were
Nintendo's
saying
right, though.
Remember,
Nintendo's
like over a year ago, I think they said like you saw somewhere where they said that they were working on a deal for Microsoft, and it was like wrong timing, and then Microsoft got like bought out Activision, or maybe it was 2 years. Remember, like we learned.
Yeah, with the Activision deal specifically, yeah, they were trying to negotiate directly with Activision before the merger, and then or the buyout, I should say, and that's what they were told. They were like it was the wrong timing, and then they also said never say never. But but after the purchase, it didn't look so hot, and we thought that was because Microsoft was not willing to do those licensing deals. But I immediately threw that out the window when the Activision collections came out via what was it?
Atari 50?
Antstream. Yeah,
Oh,
well, no,
Antstream.
when they did the Antstream deal, and then because they basically bought like Antstream's technology and then like put their own Activision collection out on Xbox, and I was like, well, if they're working with somebody else, then why not sign a deal and put them everywhere?
Microsoft bought Antstream?
No, they bought their like technology.
Oh, because I know Antstream is heavily invested in by Atari. Atari put like $5 million into them, right?
Correct. Yeah. But what now is available is on Xbox only, I think. You can basically go to like Activision Antstream.
Yeah, I gave up
thing where
my
you can play all that stuff.
Game Pass. I didn't use it, so I don't.
Yeah, I did too.
I gave up PS. I only have PS Plus.
Reason.
My company pays for it, so.
Hey, well, I've got PlayStation Plus Premium because I have a Portal, and I have been using that, which is actually good.
Yeah, I don't use my Portal very much actually. When I do use it, I just stream my PlayStation 5. But yeah, I think Ed's right though. I think Nintendo's a much harder get because they have an ecosystem they want to put their games out, and they're keep putting like their new online service that they put out for the Switch. Man, there's tons of NES, Super Nintendo, Game Boy games on there. I've been having a blast on my Switch too, just going and playing those games because I can't afford half of them. They're super expensive.
Yeah.
I'll tell you. I think what Blaze would have to do, they would like for me to maybe consider that state. They'd have to do something like take some games from Japan that were popular, translate them, or like every month have like an indie game or like Terminator 2. They would have to do something to really change it up and surprise me.
Oh, you said something. Are we disappointed we didn't get Terminator this year? Because we all speculated that Evercade was the lost console for Terminator.
I wouldn't. So I'm still in the never say never camp.
Well, that's a great camp to be in because you're never wrong if you're in the never say never camp. You never make a definitive statement.
Well,
right?
The only reason why I can't say that I'm disappointed or not is because the developer still hasn't launched whatever retro consoles are coming. They haven't made that announcement yet.
You'll be disappointed tomorrow because it's the Jets' first game.
See, the thing is, though, I like to be in the camp of making bold statements because people, when you're wrong, people rarely remember. But when you're right, it's like, oh my god, it's like
nobody remembers when you're right. You only remember when you're wrong.
Yeah, it happening day and date. Calendar year 2025. It's probably not. That's not going to happen. I don't think so. Yeah. Because then they'd have to randomly insert a cartridge out of nowhere and make an announcement. And I think they're done this year.
I think so too. And I think they've done enough. Like I honestly think what they've done is amazing. And like Neo Geo, like I don't have nostalgia for it, but I totally respect games. Man, I'm having a blast playing Neo Geo Collection 1 because it's on the Evercade. The emulation is pretty good. And the fact that the same slowdown I get on the Neo Geo games, you get on any console that tries to emulate them. It's just the nature of that game. Those games, they have slowdown in them. But so you can't fault Evercade for that. But I think I'd still like to see we'll see the Terminator 2 and Evercade 2 comes out because I know they're working on it. They're working on
Evercade too?
They have to be. They'd be stupid not to. And I know they are. It's just when and what form it takes, because I
Right.
think
Or
they want
if-
to future-proof themselves, right?
Mm-mm.
And I don't think it's going to be because they want like Sega Saturn and stuff. I think it's just because they want to have more in the 64 library, more of the indie games like Terminator run on it.
Mm.
I
mean,
honestly, I think it's just an excuse for them to sell more hardware.
Oh yeah, well yeah, that too, and that's great. If they sell more hardware, means they'll keep making collections for us and keep, they don't go bye.
yeah, that's right.
I think it's interesting. I think they still can, but I like that you put up that video, and I'm like, hey, let me jump.
Yeah,
on that.
no, I just did that for fun before I went on vacation because I'm like, you know what, I haven't done one of those in years, and I'm like, yeah, let's do that. And plus, I was getting really invested into Chat GPT on Snake to the Trail, and I had a blast creating some. I should have done an out reel on some of the consoles that it created by putting my inputs in. It was kind of funny. Yeah, it's good. It's all in fun.
Yeah.
A few people said like, "Oh, he knows nothing about this." I'm like, "Yeah, I obviously."
Yeah, because if you did, you wouldn't be able to talk about it.
What I do want to see more of, and G kind of touched on, like, I'm having a blast with Roguecraft. Like, we need to see more like really good single game aftermarket carts like that. Like, that's one of the things I've been kind of.
Have you finished it yet?
No, I'm
I've
trying
only
to.
gotten to level 5 so far.
I think like
Warrior.
12.
You
But
got 12? It's only 16 floors, right?
I think 16 or 15.
And I haven't played a lot of it. I like it. It's just I guess I'm still on the fence whether it's it's worth the price, but I don't know. I think
There's
it is.
one
I just
issue
don't know.
with that game that amazed me the devs didn't do. You have to complete the game in one session. In other words, you can't quit the game like every other roguelike out there and have it like save your game, and then when you die, delete your save. That's the only flaw, because then if you're on a good run, you have to complete it.
Yeah.
Like, damn it.
Yeah. It's definitely funner than I thought it was going to be. That's for sure.
Yeah. No, I was blown away, and that's like there are a lot of good like aftermarket games for computer systems, and like Finally Blaze is tapping. They need to do more of that, right? And they need to do more. If you're going to do computers, show us a more powerful system like the Amiga than the 64.
What is it priced at on Steam?
Oh, $10
for the DX version or for the
No,
original?
you can't buy the DX version on anything else.
You can't buy it. Oh well, that's good then.
Yeah. That's what's nice. That video that they did,
Yeah.
on the official Evercade channel, where they added like 200 rooms, and so I'm glad they added more.
Yeah,
stuff.
they definitely did. That whole first area is brand new to the game, right? The gardens or whatever it's called. Yeah,
I think
yeah. So that's pretty cool. No, yeah, I just I need to play it more. I've only played it for like an hour or so. I need to play it more, but it's in my Evercade. But I've been playing Neo Geo too much. I've been playing that collection, just having fun.
Let me say this: for the last 2 weeks now, I haven't played my Steam Deck on stream. So that says something about those two collections. Yeah, that they've kept me
and
away.
what's the next
That's
two
cool.
coming? We should have some in September, right?
Taito.
Oh my God, Bubble Bobble.
Yeah.
Now that's nostalgia. That's
Gonna be
nostalgia
rad.
hitting hard from the arcade mostly. Yeah.
Oh, wait, do we get that? No, I guess not.
I can't remember.
I hope
yeah.
we get something. I hope we get a bonus game if we put both Taito carts in.
Yeah, apparently you do. Crazy Burger might have mentioned that.
Oh wait, so we get the 10. We get the 10, but not 50 or 20. Interesting. I'm looking at the cartridge numbers. So we get the 10 blues this year, and just barely we get the 19 purple and 47.
So I don't know if you guys noticed this, and I did with the Neo Geo cart. If you flip it over, and it's difficult to see with the default purple, but if you switch it over and put black, the back of it has an imprint. Like I was calling it like the scrote sack cover, because it kind of looks indented and it wasn't like. If you look on the internet, people's like the back covers look like that, and other people are saying like for some reason that batch of the Neo Geo 1 collections on the back, they scrote sacked. It's like it's not like every other cart where it's flat. So I
Right. Yeah.
I had to swap it out. I'm like, man, you're paying like $33 for this.
Really? I didn't even notice that.
Yes, see, it's harder to see, but you can see that like it's wrinkled. That's the word. It's all wrinkled. Like
Yeah,
a scrote sack.
like seafood.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like really? It looks.
Man,
it looks
whatever. I'm all good
why
with it.
It doesn't really bother me at
I had a
all. I
Chrome
never
one,
really
that
thought of
bothered
it.
me. I'm like, dude, I don't want that. So I had to swap. That's the only good thing with having defective cards.
It's the plastic, right? It's like
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's
Yeah, it is
annoying
kinda
though.
gross,
Now
right?
the cost of cards have come up.
But you don't
Yeah.
even notice. You put it on a shelf, you don't see it.
Right.
I couldn't unsee it though. I don't know. Like I said, I had a U moment. Like it really bothered me. I was like, man, for the money
It's not
that we're
the front, it's just the back.
Yeah,
the back.
it's just the back. Yeah.
but it's really noticeable with the black.
Yeah.
But I
left it.
found stuff I get from Amazon sometimes are a little bit heat. Sometimes their Switch games or something could have that bad
Yeah.
thing on it.
Ooh, Total Evercade. There'll be unlocks. Yes.
That's cool. Yeah. No, I mean unlocks are great. Like I have no problem with that at all. It's just I'm just excited to play the new cards. They're gonna be fun.
Gene. Of course.
I still tried to like the fighting game, the King of Fighters. It just looks great, plays good, just not my jam.
I need to beat that.
It's
Yeah.
hard to.
I'm gonna have to. Yeah, I haven't played King of Fighters in a long time. So,
Yeah.
so I'll have to get back into
I
it.
need
Have
to
you
beat
played
that.
the collection yet?
Hard as nails.
Yeah, I played a couple games after I did the unboxing, so there'll be more soon actually coming about Neo Geo Arcade 1 because I really want to play that and Roguecraft, and I don't want to have to go through all of the collections in order to get there. So I'm just gonna break my rule and just start playing them.
Nice.
So yeah, that'll be really cool. I'm excited. They seem really cool.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I hope Blaze now. Like, I wouldn't mind more single game cards, more dual game cards. You know, like
Yeah,
just
dual
like
games, sure.
but
yeah.
lesser. Give us lesser, better stuff. But at least they did kind of make up. At least we got inundated with arcade this year, so that makes me happy.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah, I mean, it is a great year for sure.
2023 was still, I think, my favorite year because we got the Duke carts.
I don't know, man. We got Activision. It's hard to argue with this one for me. So
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's
I
true.
got
I mean,
Activision. This will always be the best year.
Yeah, I think you're.
Yeah, I think
I
I
think
gotta
they got
go
me.
with this year being the best. I don't think Dukes alone can. I mean, that's just Dukes. What else came out that year? You know.
Like the Astro Bros.
Yeah,
Good
Astro
Boy
Bros, Good Boy Galaxy, Witch and Wiz,
Yeah.
Full Void, Sunsoft.
But no, this year's great. Yeah. The second half of the year.
Activision. The moment
Now
this
Activision
is-
dropped, it won the year.
Yeah, that was it.
But then we're getting a cart also with the most number of games we've seen on a cart too.
Yep.
I
in
think it's the
yeah,
Lamasoft one with like 27 games.
that's right.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of repeats though. Like there's like the A
But I
version.
think that
which is-
particular collection I think has the same game on multiple systems. And
Yeah,
they're completely
exactly.
separate.
Well,
Exactly.
so it's because it's like 31 or 32 games, but if you take the multiples out, it's still 27
Yeah.
or 26. So it beats everything else as far as number of games on a cart, which is crazy. So
No, it's good. We have Neo Geo, and all that. So
Yeah.
maybe it has been the best year. What I hope they do though is they need to start off next year strong, right? Like don't come out with like Gremlin 3 and 4 or something for like the first.
Well, I mean, I think we're going to wind up finding that, the Neo Geo's not over yet. It's crazy to think that we're going to have 3 Neo Geo collections and they're still not done. So that's going to be
There's-
wild.
Plenty of Neo Geo carts out there.
Yeah.
I think
So-
we'll see 4 of those next year. We'll see the Neo Geo Alpha. We'll see.
I'm sure that'll be a thing. That'll
Yeah.
happen. You're going to get Activision 2
Yep.
and 3
Yep.
because that deal goes through 26.
Do we see Blizzard collection? Do we see like Blizzard collection one, like Diablo, Lost Vikings, maybe Rock and Roll Racing, or I don't know?
That would be wild.
Because now that they have that Microsoft license, it's like
Well, they have the Blizzard collection came out last year on Switch and stuff, right? So
Yeah. That would be really cool.
yeah.
But I think we need to start to see like Sega Arcade One, Konami, like Namco, TurboGrafx stuff. Like, come on already.
Yeah.
That'd be nice. Some
Well, they're making names.
Yeah,
For
Ballistic.
right? They're making names for themselves by getting a Microsoft collection out, like a rare collection. So
Yeah.
Capcom started it all probably for them. Now, a lot of companies will just say, "Hey, this is a viable place for us to make some money on."
That's right. That's right.
Yes.
Yeah, every deal could lead to a next deal.
Oh yeah,
So-
the Desert Strike. I would love the Desert Strike series.
I'm not a big fan of those games.
Love those games.
Yeah.
So much fun.
I like them. They came out on a computer, right? The Strike game.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's I think that's
They were
where I played
Electronic
them.
Arts, so
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I think that's where I played them, and I really liked those.
Those games are great. I
Yeah.
love those games.
Yeah.
Oh, there's one other important thing I'd love to see from Blaze next year. Do you think it could be the year where they could be consistent and stick to their schedule of every 2 months having like 2 games?
No.
Without any
Yeah,
difference?
I don't. I think the world is too complicated for them to be consistent. There's too
I
many
mean,
things
if-
that could get in their way that are
Yeah, too many
external.
variables. Like they had no idea like tariffs would be a thing this year, right? They had no idea.
Yeah,
that
Although
out of this,
looking back, and Immortal kind of said it, like they there was no reason for them to like really delay all that stuff, because like they just all they had to do was just up the price like Songbird and other places did anyways by 30%. So I don't know.
but
I kind
they
of like
didn't know
look
how much they weren't sure how much to raise it. That was the issue.
Mm-hmm.
And besides,
Well,
you talking? There's still 7 carts we still need to get by the end of the year. How many of those are going to get pushed back?
I think at this point they'll be on schedule, because unless you think that it'll bleed into December, the last 2 cards.
Yeah,
Stuff
I
comes
mean,
in.
it wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah. No, I know listen, the space we live in with retro, it takes longer. There's limited quantities. Actually, what's really cool is other like Ryan from Castlemania Games, he's been like attending my live streams and kind of answered some questions from the vendor side, because some people are just like, hey, why don't they always have like older carts in stock? And then I asked him and I said, I bet you have to put like a minimum order of 1,000 carts. And he's like, yeah, it's something like that. like you're like, the number you're asking is close to that. So, and they're actually going to be doing a poll asking people what carts they'd like to see come back. I'm like, Toplin collections, probably, yeah. See, I know I've seen a lot of that on social media. Holy crap, Danastic, dude, I haven't seen you in a long time.
What's up, Dan?
Wow, haven't seen Dan in a long time. Cool. So yeah, it's kind of crazy. Although I am glad that Blaze did decide that to not cancel current orders for people who did order directly to Fun Stock, but they're getting there. But I would love for there to be like a year to be consistent, right? Like plan. Well, here are my thoughts on this. And they've been doing this for 5 years. They have all the licenses planned out. They know what the minimal orders are. They kind of know what's going to sell. Or maybe they just don't have the funds to like order like X amount of cars. I don't know.
Well, they just gauge by the number of pre-orders they get.
Yeah. Although here's the one thing I don't like that happened, because I think they weren't supposed to announce the last 3 carts yet. Like I think Neo Geo. I don't like now that you can order all 5 carts, and then, or like in fear of FOMO that they're going to run out. That's kind of.
Well, I
weird.
just order them so I don't forget.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and then, like at the top of the show, we were talking about VGP, and now that they have their stuff open,
Yes.
I just went with them. So I ordered Neo Geo 2 and 3 and the 3-pack.
That's what I'm going to do, since they made an announcement saying that they're back open for U.S. orders. And
Yeah.
I wonder if those carts are available for pre-order on Amazon. They weren't the last time I checked.
no, like if you see the carts like after a pre-order and you can actually buy them, you'll get them like the next day. But otherwise, if not,
Taito is up for pre-order.
I hope that's true. I hope that's true.
Yeah.
And the good thing about that is that now maybe they'll branch out from their niche.
I like how on Amazon. Remember how the Evercade stuff used to be like Sega Genesis, and
Yeah.
now it's not machine specific.
Can't they just create Evercade?
I don't know why they can't.
That's wild.
The Evercade VSR with the Tomb Raider bundle
Yeah.
is listed under Nintendo 3DS.
Yeah.
Come on, guys. That's wild.
That's crazy. But yeah,
I like how
definitely.
when I search for like Llamasoft, and people have searched it because as I'm typing it out on Amazon, it autofills and it's not on there.
Well, people are looking for it then.
Yeah.
Amazon's weird.
Yeah, it was under Dreamcast too. I remember that. It was under Dreamcast, it was Genesis. Now
Oh.
it's not machine specific. Oh, some of these are under Nintendo DS.
I wonder if there's a way to like get like official listings or something like that.
They could.
Oh, Mega Cat 2 is
First
under
everybody got
electronic game.
official listing. and that's pretty like nations.
Good old Amazon.
Good old.
Link's Collection 1 is under Atari Lynx, but Link's Collection 2 is under electronic game.
That's wild.
Yeah.
One
So
time
the
I was
second,
under personal care with massagers.
That wouldn't surprise me.
That's crazy.
Well, you know what it is? I think it might be third-party sellers too. These if there's not an option for Evercade, they'll just pick something else. They
Right.
got to probably.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. It's like, there are over, what was it, 60-something carts now for this thing? Like, you just make it a category, guys. Come on. If there's a category for Lynx, like, how many Lynx games were there?
Well,
70?
there's quite a few, but I'm sure that Amazon wasn't around when they were new.
Right. Exactly. If you can get that, then you can get Evercade. Come on.
See, I'm glad that Dan brought this up because, micro that. I hope they don't get lost. Yeah. Blaze they've had more of a focus. I think the problem is the markup on the carts. Just there's not.
Well, wait a minute. Those aren't Blaze. That's
Maybe they have to.
Super Micro. That's Super Mecha Hybridtech or whatever it is.
Time to get global hyper meganet.
Yeah. I just hope they continue the momentum. Like now that the second half of the year has been strong, continue see more rare collections, Activision,
Well, somebody mentioned in the Activision press release said they're releasing 2 and 3 next year.
Yes, yeah.
So
Yeah.
and the rare collection 1. So I am hoping we get 2 or 3 more rares. Also, that would be awesome.
Yeah, there were 71 officially released games for the Atari Lynx. So,
And the funny thing is that most of them are still really cheap.
yeah. So does that mean that there are more Evercade games than there are Lynx games?
Yeah, well, if you're talking about
Yes.
games, yes. Cartridges,
Well, no, cartridges.
probably yes too.
Yeah, I think there is. I think there might be.
I think we're there.
Yeah.
Are we there right now? Well, by the end of the year, I think. Yeah, for sure.
Well, we know that there's more cartridges than the Super Graphics.
That's true. Oh, no.
Maybe and the Fairchild Channel F.
Yes.
You know what's funny though about that? You're right in your statement, Gene, but I'll tell you why I can't accept why it's difficult for me to accept that. Because it goes against the initial vision that they had with Evercade. We had one little handheld that we all loved, despite that it wasn't the best screen, and it had 10 awesome carts that kind of set the stage for their vision. And so sometimes I feel like we're slipping away, but then we get something like the Activision collection, Rare collection that brings us back. So it's
but even that second year, there were awesome cartridges, and then at the end of the year, we got a thing to plug into the TV.
exactly
With arcade carts and multiplayer.
Yes.
That was the next evolution. So they've always been a company in evolution. Because year 1 was here's this thing you can play around with the handheld. Year 2 is now play with your friends. Year 3 is here's a better handheld. Year 4 is what if your method to play with your friends was a little arcade cabinet.
Yeah.
Activision keychain next year. Oh man,
Too expensive.
actually that might get me. I'd get an Activision key. What is it? Super Micro Keychain Gamers.
No, it's not Super anything. It's just I can't even remember now.
Oh, the
It's Micro
keychain.
something.
Yeah.
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 It's like 20 something bucks, right? I know VGP has them for $29.
Yeah, like I said, I bought one of them, and I bought it just because it was Burger Time. That's it.
Yeah.
They are called Super Micro Keychain Gamers.
Oh, Super Micro.
Super Micro Keychain Gamers.
I don't know anything super about them, but
SMGK.
Where's my Roguecraft?
Roguecraft keychain.
Yeah, they got like a asteroids one.
Yeah. The Asteroids one was the one I was like, if I was going to get one, I'd probably get that. I really want the Space Invaders one, but it's just Space Invaders.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't want to pay $30 to just play Space Invaders.
Yeah, because
Maybe they're
asteroids
like-
got asteroids, Gravatar, and Yara's Revenge on it.
Yeah.
Why does Space Invaders just have one game? That seems like a mistake.
That's what I'm saying.
you know,
What
it's
does
funny. It's
Burger
like
Time have on it then?
it
It's
has
got Burger
Karate
Time.
Champ and I can't remember the other game. I don't like Karate Champ, but
It's
remember the other
Side
game.
Pocket.
Side Pocket.
would-
That's right. I can imagine maybe playing that on it. That doesn't require like playing anything super fast or anything.
Looks too big to be a keychain.
Yeah, they had the picture of it next to Super Pocket. It's about half the size of it. So imagine playing a game and having the entire device the size of the screen of the Super Pocket.
But yeah, and it can't be too small, otherwise you wouldn't be able to hit the buttons.
Right. Yeah.
Which I think is already might be too small for that anyway.
Mm-hmm.
It's a novelty, I think. I think
Oh,
it's
yeah,
nothing
of
more than
course.
a novelty. Yeah. You're not going to be sitting there, oh, I want to play Burger Time. And then you're going to be like, where's my Super Micro?
Right. Yeah.
But
But
I
no,
could actually see playing Space Invaders on it. That wouldn't be bad to play on it, I don't think.
Here's what I think is hilarious though. This was maybe like a year or two ago when we had Sean on Evercast, and he said like the market is like the way of handhelds are different. The market is going towards like console size things like the Steam Deck, and then they did the opposite. They come out with like really small handhelds. So I always kind of find that funny. Like they did literally the opposite of what he said.
But I wonder how their sales of Super Pockets are going too. I mean, maybe they're like, well, Super Pockets are selling really well. Let's try something even smaller.
They'll never. They won't tell us. I'm thinking that because they had 1 million cart sales that they could say that. I think that if the sales were really good, they would probably tell us. That's all I have to say. Like
I mean,
maybe
no,
not.
you-
They
Cart's
haven't
pretty
told us
great.
anything. They haven't told us anything. Does that mean the sales for everything is not good?
Well, no, they said they sold their 1 millionth cart, like a while back. So that like.
Yeah. But 1 million cards is great.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I think if if they sold that many or they sold a lot of Super Pockets, they wouldn't be afraid to say that.
But it's different because it's like
Yeah,
it
it's
still
it's
has
hardware.
carts. They
Yeah.
didn't tell you
Yeah.
like how many EXPs or VSs or alphas they sold.
Yeah, I'm thinking alphas maybe like 1 to 2,000. Probably like
Yeah,
not
well,
much.
obviously, I don't think the alphas have sold. They definitely didn't sell like more alphas than anything else. In fact, that was probably the least selling one, just because of
Yeah.
the price and how niche that is.
Right.
It probably the handheld EXP probably sold more than the console version, the VS. But that's just speculation. We don't know what those numbers are, what the ratio is.
Mm-hmm.
Dan's back. Thank you. He's back as a member. Awesome, dude. Great to have you back, my friend.
Welcome back.
Now you can catch up on all the weird stuff and the not made that Gene did. Yeah. Instead of keychains, how about calculator
watches but with the game. Oh man,
Yeah.
that actually would have been pretty super retro. That would have been cool.
I actually
Yeah.
found a calculator watch the other day in my father-in-law's house, and it was probably from the 80s. It had metal buttons.
Had metal buttons.
Yeah.
the ever calculator. No, so like kind of like like thinking about like Evercade 2.0s, and I was wondering like, do you think there was like instead of releasing the VSRs, I wonder if there's a time where they could have done like a VSR 1.5, like just add like Bluetooth and add like official controllers. I think those might have like with like analog sticks and whatnot. I think those might have sold well.
Well, that might be in something they put in an Evercade 2. I think if they could put out an Evercade 2, it would have to be probably a little bit more expensive than
Yeah,
the
yeah.
original. And we're talking about the, it would have to be the VS version. You wouldn't really need Bluetooth on the handheld unless you wanted to use Bluetooth headphones, I guess.
Yeah. Or if they just decide to make like one SKU and just have the next thing be like a handheld, but you could put it like in a dock or something where then you could, kind of like a Steam Deck or a Switch or Switch 2 or something like that. But they'll want you to buy 2 different consoles though.
Well, that's the thing. Is like you didn't really need to dock with the Evercade EXP or the original Evercade because you could just plug the HDMI cable right into it.
Yeah, but then but not the same.
But then if you wanted to use your own controller, I guess you were out of luck.
Well, yeah.
But that's why they came out with the VS.
Yeah, exactly. Not only that, it's not balanced right. You're still like tethered. It's still weird to use like an EXP.
It is weird. But again, if you were going to play it on the TV a whole lot, you'd just get a VS.
Right. Yeah. But I'd like to see that other console have it be a handheld, and then have it be more like a Steam Deck with that stuff. Like even if it was a tiny bit more expensive, it might be worth it if it was the only console.
Well, it will be more expensive, guaranteed. Especially if you're adding in more features and better hardware.
Yeah. I think that the timing and the price are going to be everything. Like if there's a Steam Deck 2 that's come out, if there's like some if they're like the latest Xbox or like PS6, like they can't have it when there's a lot going on in the video game industry. Otherwise, I think it could potentially sink them. Like that's what I'm afraid of if they sell this box for too much money.
I don't know. It's not like
the 32X.
I don't think that the rest of the gaming industry is paying attention to what Blaze is doing at all. It's like it's a niche thing. So even if they had released it when exactly at the same time the Switch 2, I don't think that would have affected their sales at all. It's not like somebody's going to be like, well, do I buy a Switch 2 or do I buy an Evercade? I think
it takes
you already knew.
Yeah, but I think it takes away from the spotlight. It's like you want this to be like the big news, and there has to be like a good reason too. Like they need to show like why.
I don't think again. There's still people out there never even heard of the Evercade. So
yeah, I know.
It's been around for 5 years. There's still like a lot of people don't even know what it is. I had somebody be like, "Well, I saw these Evercade carts somewhere at like some used store." Like they had no idea what that was, but they didn't even question what it was. It's like whatever. I just stick with what I know.
Right. No, I think we've talked. That's why I've always said instead of coming out with like little gimmicky things to sell, push to be in retro stores and all that stuff.
And that's the only place I've ever seen Evercade stuff. Well, I've heard of Evercade stuff being in a retail store is a used game store.
Yes. Yeah.
I've never seen it in like a Best Buy. Well, I don't really go to Best Buy anymore, but so I guess that's not fair to say because I don't really go to stores anymore.
Nice. Yeah, they used to be. And like about 3 years ago, they were pretty readily available in the Best Buy that was near my house. And then,
did you hear that Best Buy's probably bringing DVDs and Blu-rays back into the stores?
No way.
Because I think like a lot of people stopped going.
Stopped going,
Go to Best Buy? Yeah, I went in to look at the movies. Now they don't have them. What reason do I have to go into the store?
That's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's interesting, like their choices and all that. And I maybe they probably never will. But I wish they would be a little more transparent. Because I wish they would have kind of said why they had super pockets. Because I think like Gene said, it's a balance of not pissing off their existing customers and trying to get new ones. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just kind of a weird thing. But we'll see what they do next year.
I would miss Fry's and CompUSA. I would miss them, but I have a Micro Center close to me, so I don't care.
That's it, man. Micro Centers are awesome.
Yeah,
I have to drive a ways for mine, but it's good.
You can build an Evercade.
We were actually just talking about CompUSA the other day at the job.
Evercade should be sold in store. Oh, like the Hyperkin. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. And I don't know, maybe they've done. I mean, there's different ways you can market things, but maybe instead of sending out like consoles to like big YouTubers, like send them to, I don't know. There's different ways to do marketing. I have mixed feelings about it because I think when, let's say like MGR makes a video on it, like I think people see it in the moment, but then because that's like maybe the only video you'll see in a while, then it kind of gets lost. I don't know. I'd love to see like after those videos come out, like where do they get like I'm sure, don't you all hear like people say like, hey, like I found out about Evercade because of your channel, or I found out, you guys are my number one source.
Yeah.
I've never heard anyone
know
say
what?
that. For
You know where I first heard of Evercade?
Right.
It was years before it even came out, and somebody kept in my comments kept mentioning it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Which is morphed into GameStop.
Yeah, well, Babbage just got bought by GameStop. They didn't necessarily morph into GameStop. They just
Well, a lot of the Babbage's
eaten.
stores turned into GameStop. So
nom 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 nom.
That's what I'm saying. From that's what I'm saying. I think you kind of find out about it from channels that like the smaller, But yeah,
That's true though. I mean, not as little effect as we might have on the global market. I've heard of people say, "Hey man, I watch your videos and yeah, I picked up an Evercade. It's awesome," or a VCS, or
yeah.
not. I got a lot of people saying, "I wish I could afford a Polymer."
Yeah, exactly right.
Yeah.
Well, if you were like me and got it on day
one
one,
of those because of me, but
Well, I was lucky. Like I said, I paid $249 for mine because I pre-ordered it and waited 5 years.
Right.
that sounds like the right price.
Yeah. Oh, MC Murr. Yeah.
Empty.
Although he trashed the Evercade initially.
Oh, most of them do. Even the big YouTubers are. When you really watch their videos,
about it,
like, they're
really
kind of
just
passive aggressive.
Yeah, it's really just for collectors because it's like you could get a cheap Chinese thing online, load it up with ROMs, and play those games and not have to pay for them. But that's kind of not the point,
Right.
It's
right.
Really,
yeah, the point
thing,
is to have this growing wall of carts that just keeps going. And just
Exactly.
I mean, I love the fact that I now have the shelf that I just look at here, and they're all not going to fall on me anymore. And it's just, it's just really cool. That like 5 years ago we had, we were just about to get the rest of the 10 carts or whatever, and I was just like, oh, that'd be cool if like a couple of years from now it'd have to build a shelf to hold them all, and here we are.
Getting to that point, yeah.
No, I'm staring at them.
Shelf.
I need one. If I buy one more of those printed shelves, they'll be 90.
Well, yeah.
Or 60. Yeah, 90.
Well, here's the thing, right? Before Atari, other companies like Nintendo doesn't care about their back catalog physical media. Sega doesn't. Like, no one else really cared, about doing that. And then luckily, the Atari's doing that, and Evercade has been kind of doing this for a while. So there really isn't that much. So I give them huge credit for doing that. I'm just happy to see now, we're getting Neo Geo this year, which is big. We're getting Rare. We're getting so now they're getting to where they need to be, and I hope they continue that momentum, right?
Yeah, and I hope so too. So,
they need to I feel like that. It's kind of funny. I feel like Blaze kind of does what they want instead of following the trend, and I'm hoping they break that trend.
Yeah. Now, I would say,
are they setting the trend?
I would say yes to this. In a year and a half, when they get to 100 carts, celebrate 100 carts with a cool, bespoke Blaze made, cool shelf or something like that. That'd be cool.
They don't really need to. I don't know.
They don't need to do
one
it.
That
but...
holds 100. I don't know. Understand that's going to be a pain to ship.
Yeah,
I know, but it would have the whole collection. It'd be cool.
And if you really want that, you can either 3D print it yourself or go on Etsy and buy some ones that somebody already 3D printed.
Well, I for these shelves, because I couldn't get my 3D printer to cooperate, I went out and actually sent the STL to a service, and they printed it for me. It was pretty cheap.
Yeah, and then they'll do something like release an abnormal sized cart that doesn't fit in it. Kind of like the Full Void Special Edition,
Well, actually, the guy who made the STL for this made a spot. There's a slot that you could put on the side for those. He made an oversized slot.
But then it's not in order. It's off to the side.
I know.
But you can there's the regular edition of Full Void.
Yeah.
There's the regular one.
That's why I just bought it, and I bought it literally so I could just sit in there.
Yeah.
But what if you have both? I have both.
I have both. My special
So-
editions. Oh no, I'm not going to do that. My pens are going to fall on me.
As we've kind of been talking, I've been thinking about something, and I know why when you guys said it was the best year, for Evercade was difficult for me to answer. Because I want to say this collection that I've gotten this year, this is the first, with getting the Neo Geo and Roguecraft 2, I think it's the first time that I actually have felt like really binging and playing Evercade compared to everything else that was released. And I hope it continues with the rest of the year, and I think it will.
It will, because you already know the game's coming out and you already like them. So I think
what I don't want, here's what I'm thinking Blaze will do. Here's what I want to break the pattern. The beginning of the year, they're going to come out with Gremlins 3. What they need to do is push Neo Geo, push Activision, now that they've gotten these licenses, start the year strong.
I think we're done with Gremlins.
Oh God, I hope so.
Somebody was asking if we were going to do our review of Thalamus Collection.
I'm still in the middle of Thalamus. That's what I'm in the middle of playing.
Are we waiting on you to do the next one? Is that it?
Because that's not the next one.
Oh, okay.
I thought it was
There's several to go before that one.
Yeah, Home Computer Heroes. Yeah.
Yeah, Home Computer Heroes is next. Yeah.
Yeah, we haven't touched that. Well, yeah. Do you want to look at a game from that?
Yeah, we should do that next week, probably.
Next week.
Yeah.
Okay, we can next week. Yeah.
Did we didn't start that one at all, did we?
Oh. Because there's been news.
No. Home Computer Heroes? No, we didn't start that.
Well, technically, there really hasn't been news this week.
Well, but it's been a while since all four of us have been able to be together, so I think we're all excited to talk about Activision, and
Yeah.
So it's news to I think that's something like Activision is worthy mentioning and talking about. No. My brain is drifted.
Yeah, man.
Thalamus. Oh God, no.
Thalamus 2. It's
Come
coming.
on, I've played, or I'm more than halfway through. I see. What have I played on there so far? I just literally finished summer camp this morning. I had one level to go, and I managed to do that this morning. But I've finished Armalite, Hawkeye, Retrograde, Snare, Creatures, Heat Seeker, and Summer Camp. So there's still 4 more I have to go through. Technically speaking, I didn't go through Heat Seeker. That was one of those games I'm not going to finish.
The only thing that I like about those collections is people like to watch me suffer through them. So
I forgot about the Game Station Go.
Hawkeye and Creatures are really good, though.
No way that's coming out in October.
No interest.
Didn't they say something about that it was getting close though?
It says it's getting an upgrade to 7. What?
Yeah.
Ooh, wait! I have to buy some Powerball tickets. It's up to 1.8 billion.
Oh my goodness! What? Wait, 1.8, not 1.08?
1.8 billion, almost 2 billion.
That's
Time to light some money on fire.
That's ridiculous.
I get it. I think we've all played that, but that's what it is, though. You're just lighting money on fire.
Well, yeah, but
Yeah, I do that automatically.
You light money on fire until you win the ticket.
I have it set up so I automatically buy a Powerball and Mega Million ticket without even thinking about it. I'm subscribed, so.
Oh yeah.
Arcade products of high prices. Yeah, that's interesting. I don't know. Do you guys have any interest in the My Arcade product line at all, or?
Oh, I was just going to let you know that all Evercade products are now available at EB Games in Canada.
Oh, nice.
Ooh.
Well,
Yeah,
My
very
Arcade
cool.
is coming out with really soon that I believe it's My Arcade. They're coming out with that Atari handheld that's got the dial and the trackball and the number pad built into it.
Yeah.
I don't really know how much that's going to be, but
I believe
that's My Arcade. Yeah, I think is that what it's called?
I think that's it.
Game Station Go.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Yes, that is it. Yeah, I'm kind of interested in that.
I feel like they're trying to do too much. Like the trackball looks like it'd be tiny. Like just Evercade would just have like a trackball.
Well, it's really interesting that they're actually trying to give you every possible type of control for Atari 2600 games in this one handheld. Oh, it looks like it's priced at $180 and comes with 200 games built into it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a maybe.
Yeah. I don't know. Swiss Army devices like that.
Well, that's the kind of thing. Maybe I'll wait and see reviews to see how actually it works. You know, how well people like it.
Yeah.
You know,
Game stick
it doesn't have a port to plug in a cartridge, does it?
has an SD slot.
Yeah. So you can add
an SD
ROMs.
slot.
Yeah. Yep. It's kind of interesting.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't remember. Does it have like an HDMI output, like you can plug it into a TV?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't know.
I would hope for that price and then like Bluetooth.
Well, you wouldn't need Bluetooth. What would you connect to it? I mean,
Controllers. You're gonna hook it up to the TV.
but I mean, you still probably you hold it and you still got the dial on it. You got the trackball on it. I don't know of any Bluetooth trackball or Bluetooth dial controller.
No, it just doesn't work well because you have to be like really close to your television. Then you might as well just play it in handheld mode. Like for streaming, it's great, but
why would you have to be close to your TV?
Because what you're gonna get like a 25-foot long like HDMI cable?
I already have one. I've got really long HDMI cables.
Yeah.
You can even you can even get extenders if you really need.
It says you're weird. It's not a comfortable one. Like lately when I've been playing my Steam Deck, I've been docking it using like a Bluetooth controller, or I'm gonna play in handheld mode. Like it's
well, that's a little different because if you're docking it, you're obviously not using the buttons or anything on the device.
Well, that was kind of my point, but yeah. No, I would still tell people like for something like that, save up, like get like the LCD version of the Steam Deck or something, or buy something that's a little more.
I already have that, and I still want that. I still might want the Atari Game Station Go.
That's interesting. Yeah. No, for me, that's why I don't know. I don't have a use for a device like that. If I didn't have a Steam Deck, I don't know. Maybe it's a niche product. Oh, they have Bluetooth. Okay, for TV mode.
They have Bluetooth controllers coming for TV mode. Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
I think. Oh, let's see. I think it's if you want to play it in a handheld mode on the go and you want those extra controllers and the dials. I can see that.
Yeah, so that might be one reason why it's a bit more expensive is because if it has Bluetooth support, I mean,
yeah, that's a whole separate discussion.
Plus, you know what? I guess it depends. Yeah, I'd have to see that those Bluetooth controllers are coming out with, because if they're like pretty decent, that might be worth getting then.
Yeah. I think for me, I just more have a hard time paying for an officially licensed device and it has like an SD card slot. And I think maybe that's why I like Evercade, because I feel like I'm getting something more physical if I'm going to be spending money like that.
The way based on like when I've taken it apart and made my adapter where I can plug the cartridges into the PC, I can't help but see the cartridges as just differently shaped SD cards.
As a wise man once said, that's a problem.
That's like it uses like SD cards use 8 pins, and even though there's 32 pins on the Evercade cartridge, only 8 of them are used.
Yeah. Yeah. No, definitely. The only reason
it has 32 pins is because they're reusing the same kind of cartridge adapter that like they use for the Game Boy Advance.
Yeah.
It's exactly the same one.
Yeah. No, it makes sense. But yeah, it just depends
if there was an Evercade 2, I mean, you'd kind of want them to to try and come up with a more proprietary like cartridge type thing that isn't like working like an SD card, you know.
Yeah, but I don't
Well,
think they're having much problems because their ROMs are everywhere anyway, so I don't think it's an issue, right?
Well, that's true, but like there are some ROMs exclusives to the to the Evercade, like
Yeah, I know, but I think it's probably so minor that I think it's more important for them to keep the same cartridge shape and just do the Giga cards because they don't need anything bigger than a Giga card, right?
Right. Yeah, because
I thought it was really interesting with the Commodore 64 games. When I took them off the cartridge and I ran them into a regular emulator, you could see that they're the cracked versions. It's just that when you boot them up in the Evercade, it kind of starts it at a save point after that screen.
Yeah,
really.
That's why you don't see the title screens on a lot of those Commodore 64 games.
yeah. No, but they can't change it. Otherwise, it wouldn't be backwards compatible with the original cards. It's like they have that has to be a thing.
Yeah, that's the thing. They can't unless they just decided, okay, not backwards compatible, or they have 2 cartridge slots.
Yeah. Well, I think initially Blaze made the choice to go to Evercade because it's really the only way you can have that price point be cheap and have multiple games on one cart. So,
Well, yeah, that's one of the reasons why I bought it, is because it was a lot cheaper than I thought it was.
Yeah.
I actually thought the original Evercade, I kept thinking in my head that just the handheld itself was $200. In my head, it was $200. I don't know why. And then all of a sudden I looked it up. I was like, wait a minute. I get the handheld and 3 cartridges, and it's under $100? Oh, okay, I'll buy that.
Yeah, I was gonna say it was $200 with like the first 10 games.
Yeah, the good old days.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, I think it looks like we might be winding down.
Yeah, man. Getting hungry.
Yeah, that's what I could kind of tell. Final thoughts, plugs.
Well, I got some cool stuff going on. We'll be playing, like I said, we're playing some Roguecraft and Neo Geo Arcade probably sometime this week. Then I'm going to dive into this giant pile of Pod Mega games that have been staring me in the face for months. And then I'm probably going to go back, actually, and maybe play some more of Adventure of Samsara, because that's a cool game. And I was very surprised that it came out on the VCS. So now that I have it, I'm going to play some more. So, and then other than that, I've been working on some cool side projects. I have to wait for the kids to kind of like get settled in their normal routines or whatever. But I've got my film crew, and we're gonna go back into the lab and get some principal photography shot on a secret project I've been working on. The GTC knows all about it, but yeah, we're really, really close to launching something, and it is Evercade related. So as soon as it comes out, I'm very excited to show
You
it.
too, that is, as you told me.
Yeah. So yeah, it's good.
I can't wait for that too.
It's good stuff.
Cool.
So yeah. And then of course also GTC, there'll be either a Tuesday or Wednesday video going on how either tremendously right or tremendously wrong I was in all 16 picks this week for the NFL. So
Oh yeah.
I'm already 50-50. So
Yeah, you'll definitely. I'm 50-50 too. You'll definitely be wrong on one tomorrow. What's going on my channel? I just put the Neo Geo stuff up, and so far I'm going to be working on some membership videos, and I have no idea what else. I'm just kind of, figuring that out. That's about it for me.
Cool.
Nothing going on with no. I've been busy out with stuff outside, so I haven't even been playing the Thalamus collection all that frequently. Hopefully that'll die down, but there's no videos or anything in the works on my channel.
Oh wow.
No worries.
Well, I'll be streaming again later tonight, more Neo Geo and Roguecraft, and the next week will be my initial impressions on it. So
Bye, everybody.
All right. See you later, guys.
Later, Gators.
later.
Thanks, Crashline, Immortal Sojourn, Amber Cummings, Joe Whitlush, Alex Groot.